This video is brought to you by my supporters on Patreon. Hey guys, I'm here with another video, and in this video I'm just quickly showing you how I altered the shoes for my, I'm going to butcher this word, Bishoujo Pennywise Cosplay. The figures that took like the horror movie villains or monsters and then made them into like really cutesy girls. That's the Pennywise version of that is the cosplay I'm referencing. Anyways, on with the video. So I started off with a pair of plain black heels. These ones are like the fake suede material, and then I pressed a piece of paper to one of the sides of the heels to figure out how big I needed the design to be, because I was trying to make a stencil, and then just roughly drew that into place on that paper, took it off, and then drew a nicer version of it using that for like my final version, and cut out those shapes. So now I have this stencil that you see here. I do include it in my pattern set for this cosplay, which is on my store Envy and Etsy, both linked down below. Anyways, once I have my template ready, I press that onto the shoe, and using a white gel pen, I trace around it. This was honestly the easiest way to do it, because trying to press paint onto this and not have it get everywhere, like outside of the lines, probably wouldn't have worked out very well. The shoe is very curvy, so instead I just curved it and traced out each little like half circle as I went along so that it could curve with the shoes better, and I would just have a nice straight like guideline to follow, which is what I did. So the next step I did after everything was traced out onto the shoe was a trace over those lines with a white pearlescent puffy fabric paint. But I didn't want that to stay puffy, so then I took a paintbrush and I very, very carefully brushed it out, brushing everything inwards towards the center of the design in order to kind of get rid of that puffiness as much as possible. However, there is a small ridge, and that's totally fine. In fact, it helped later when layering on the paint. It kind of acted as like a barrier when I was brushing on some extra layers. And I just work little by little while doing this. So I'll do a line or like half a line and brush all the paint inward from the edge, and then trace some more of this design out, and then do the same thing. And I keep repeating until I've done that with all of the half circles and this little squiggly design that's at the back of the heel. As you can see here, this paint's a bit transparent, like it's going to need more than one layer, especially when brushing it on, because it's fairly thin and you can definitely see the black through the white. So I had to brush on some extra layers. When it came to those extra layers, like I mentioned earlier, that puff paint outline acted as a little bit of a barrier when applying on more layers, so I just kind of piled on a bit of this paint right there in the center and then spread it around, being extra careful when I got to the edge because I didn't want to accidentally go outside of the lines. Be sure to let the paint fully dry in between layers. And the last thing to make were the pom-poms at the toe of the shoe, and to do that I took some red yarn and wrapped it around a small cut of cardboard. I did this many times. Honestly, I didn't count, just do it however much you think looks right, as puffy as you want it to be. You could do more than this. You could probably do less than this, however, I would do around this many loops. If I had to guess, it was probably like 30 or more. Anyways, once you have the loops wrapped around the cardboard, cut one side so that you can take these loops off, and then take another cut of yarn and tie around the center very, very tightly, and then cut the loops open on the other half of this. And then you can trim it down to make it into the size and shape you want it to be, or make it more rounded, I guess. And after that, just hot glue them into place. And that finishes up this video. I hope you guys found this video helpful. Thanks for watching, have a lovely day, and stick around for more videos. Bye!